So this is a bit unusual for me. I tend to shy away from internet drama. There's not really many positives that can come from it, I don't think. But I feel like I have to make an exception in this instance. This is something I'm really passionate about, and something that I really care about, and feel like I need to have my say. If you haven't seen it yet, please pause this video now and go and watch the ending of the virtual indie race that was on last night, the 2nd of May. Just to have a bit more context about or around what I'm about to talk about. So there are 2 incidents that are grabbing all the headlines and everyone's talking about, but what I want to talk about is the big problem, okay, rather than these 2 specific incidents. So due to the whole COVID outbreak, there's been an influx of rear-wheel drivers coming into sim racing and get involved with the long-established sim racing community. Some of these drivers are perfect examples and complete role models of how you should do this. Okay, they embrace the culture, they get involved in all the right ways. These drivers know who they are, and I'm sure that everyone watching knows as well. You'll have thought of 1 or 2 names as I said that. On the other hand, the other camp of drivers are the ones that aren't really fussed about sim racing. They're going with what everyone else is doing. Oh, everyone else is doing a bit of that sim racing. I'll get me a rig and get involved because that's what everyone else is doing. I need to stay relevant as a racing driver, which is fine. That's how the world of motorsport works. You need to be relevant. You need the backing. You need all of that stuff to be able to go racing. So, absolutely no complaints over anyone that's getting into sim racing because it's booming and because everyone else is. That's fine. What is the problem is the way that those people are acting. Okay, they don't understand sim racing, they don't understand or care for the community, or care for or respect for the years and years and years of work that have gone into making sim racing what it is today. If you'd have said to me in 2004, when I was first introduced to sim racing as a kid, that in 15, 16 years time, I would be able to sit down on my computer, my fake racing rig, and race against Formula 1 drivers, British touring car drivers, DTM, World Rally, Rallycross, name any major racing series in the world, and there are drivers that I could probably get involved with right now online and race against them and maybe beat them and have some fun. That's completely mind-boggling to a kid, and even to me now, that it's still completely surreal, but that's the reality of where we are. Now, these real drivers, when they, I'm talking about the bad minority, I think it's fair to say, when they come into this community that's been built over all of these years and they don't really give a shit, they laugh at the rules, they just don't understand the damage that they're doing to the community and to what has been built. This is completely creating rifts between real and sim motorsport communities. All of the arguments over there on Twitter are bonkers. There are people coming out in, either there's 2 main things. There's the "it's a game" argument, and then the counter argument to that. And the whole community is being divided into these 2 camps, and it is just so toxic and so bad for sim racing and for motorsport. It's really silly that this is even happening. The whole "it's a game" argument, yeah, it is a game. It's computer software, it's designed to replicate a real world sport. It's fake. But what isn't fake is the racing and the actions that people take while they're doing that. The sim software is just a tool for people to be able to do those things. What they're actually doing isn't fake at all. People are there to watch, if I tune into the broadcast, I'm there to watch some good racing. I'm not there to watch people crash into each other and piss about. I want to see the clean, exciting racing. I think it would be unfair to make the comparison of European motorsport and US motorsport in terms of what fans want to see as part of that and how much a part of racing crashing is. But I would be shocked if many people would go to the Indy 500 with the hope of seeing an absolutely horrific accident coming out of the last corner, especially if that was deliberate. That would shock me if that is what people want to see. So when you see an incident like in the virtual race last night, where Ferrucci comes out of the last corner, has a run, by the way, it comes out of the draft, pulls alongside, can probably take it to a photo finish, would have been amazing, completely exciting, captivating moment. Instead, what he does is deliberately wreck the other guy and then defend it by saying that it was for the fans and for the TV. I mean, this may be a bit of an off-colour thing to say, but when there's a crash in real world motorsport, part of the appeal of that, as sad as it is to say, part of the appeal of that is it's real, it's dangerous. Yeah, danger is a big part of motorsport, and that's part of what makes it exciting. So when there's a big crash, people want to watch that. Unfortunately, it's it's really sad, but it's human nature to be intrigued by situations like that. That was a huge crash. I hope the guy's all right, but that was a spectacle. Yeah. Sim racing doesn't capture that. It completely misses out on that because there is no danger, there is no excitement as part of that. People don't sim race because I might virtually crash. The whole point of sim racing is to replicate the good racing, side-by-side battles, all of that stuff. That is what sim racing is about, and that is where the excitement comes from. It's mind-blowing that people think, or that someone would think, that what people want to watch is a crash. It's silly. And the thing that I really don't understand, I mean, maybe it may just be that this wasn't as blown up as I thought it was, and didn't go as wide as I thought it did, but not 2 or 3 or 4 weeks ago, there was an instance of a real driver losing his sponsorship, his seat in the team. He lost everything in his current motorsport career because of how he acted in a sim race. And it was all down to behaviour and the decisions that he made and how seriously he was taking the situation. I mean, maybe people didn't see that. Maybe not everyone saw that. But how can people still now come into sim racing with the mentality of this is just a joke, this is just a game, it doesn't matter, I'm going to go real racing in another 4 or 5 months when I'm allowed outside again? I think it's already been proved that if you take the piss online, you will lose what you have in the real world. So, I mean, obviously people just aren't switched on enough to make that connection, make that jump. But it's when it negatively affects an individual, that's a negative on that individual. They lose out. Okay. What I think situations like last night do are delegitimize sim racing as a whole. So if the whole point of this, I'll stop chatting crap. What I ask of you, if you are a real racing driver and you want to get involved with sim racing, please respect it, because it has taken a lot of years and a lot of money and a lot of hours and a lot of effort and so much love by so many people to get sim racing to the point where it is now. Please respect that. Respect the rules. Drive as you would in real life, because that's what we're all there to see. We're not here to see crappy deliberate crashing and things that are funny between mates. People are here to watch exciting racing. Please do that. Have those side-by-side battles. Make those daring moves. All of that stuff is great, but do it properly. Don't take the piss. If you're here to take it as a joke and to piss about, go do that in private with your mates. Please do not do it in officially sanctioned, broadcast, streamed, all over the internet races, because all that does is completely delegitimize sim racing. It divides the whole motorsport community, and it just ruins things on both sides. It's just don't do it, for God's sake. And if you are watching this and you are in the just a game camp, that's fine. If it's just a game to you, then okay, but don't be angry when people who have worked for 25 years to build this thing that now is coming to fruition, and you have all these real drivers and all this excitement, that's people's lifetime achievements to get this community to this point. If it's not for you, then it's not for you. Just don't, at least try and understand, okay? Think of your hobbies, whatever you're into. If people were to come along and say, oh, you're into basketball, random example, basketball's crap, it's just a game, it's just throwing a ball about, stupid, why would you want to do that? It's the same argument. To you, it's not stupid, it's not, it is at its core just a game. But you don't watch it because it's just a game. You watch it because of the stories and the people and the excitement and the community and everything that has been built up about that game. That is what you're there for. And that is what we're here for in sim racing. It doesn't matter that it's just a computer game. All that is a vehicle for the community. Pardon the pun. I've said enough crap, I guess. But it's just really sad, really, really sad. On a positive note, like I said, there are a lot of drivers out there that take this really seriously, and I've had the opportunity to race against a lot of them recently, and it's unbelievable. Okay, as someone who wants to be in motorsport, I'm sure I will try for a lot more years to be in motorsport. Whether I'll succeed or fail, who knows? But being able to be a part of that for at least this period of time where the world is all stuck inside, that is awesome. Please, if you're part of the good side, please continue doing that, because you are making a lot of people very happy. There we go. Thank you. If you've watched this far, then you're probably a nutter just like me. But hopefully some people see this and understand a bit more what this is about. And hopefully that while it is just a game, it's not just a game.